Good evening. Welcome to my November 29th, 2023 market review. Not a whole lot happened today. There's only a couple things that I want to show you. Basically, this S&P chart, kind of what the Dixie did a little bit to summarize basically the whole market. And I want to show you what the bonds did. Really, I'm going to leave that price action kind of cool little tricks and tips and ideas for a standalone video that I want to do right now. Let's get into the charts really quick. All right. And if this feels rushed, that's because it is rushed. But we're gonna make the most of it. All right. What news do we have? We had 8:30, and well, really 8:30. Here's why that's noteworthy. Look at this 8:30 candle. This is where the news hit. What do you notice about it? So for news, basically there are two types of things that you want to expect to happen. So the first type, the easiest type to gauge and understand, is when the news hits and then just immediately, like immediately you get the effect and it prints as high or prints as low, and that's basically what happens. But the other type, the other thing that could happen is that we could run out. We can use the news. We can use the news release to run out over a little bit of time, maybe over the rest of the session, maybe even over the very next session, and meet a liquidity objective. What is this? What's going on here? Well, let's take a look at actually the weekly. So we had a weekly high, right? We were really looking at this weekly high this whole time. We were looking for that to get taken out. If we go on the 15-minute, we see that what happened was that the news hit, and then we had kind of a lag time, and we kind of meandered our way through and hit our objective, right? So overnight, we were charging up. This is also something very interesting because you could read this as basically the high. And why could you read this as the high? Because on the hourly chart, take a look. We were looking for this high to get taken out, right? So when this high was taken out, this one right here, drop it. There you go. So when this high was taken out with this swing right here, you could read this as dropping. And with the stubborn price action that we've had, where it's not trying, well, basically price action is just trying very, very hard to not meet our objectives, and it's just being stubborn, being coy with us, being sad and not very cool. Very, very annoying price action. Very, very unforgiving for people who are trying to target things. This could be an expectation. We could see this, and then we could see that as that's what it wants to take. That's it. It's done. However, what ended up happening was we actually ran out and we took this high. This is the only thing that took a liquidity objective, or this is the only asset that took a liquidity objective. It's the only one that took anything that we had of interest in the charts. Nothing else really did it. Nothing else is really doing anything very cool at all. It's all just showing a type of a consolidation behavior or some other trend. So we'll show you in the bonds. In the bonds. Boom. Good news. See that? That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see it. We wanted to see it break up above. We wanted to see it break up above this order block and then leave it. And that's basically what we're seeing right now. So right now it's just kind of buzzing around. It's trying its best to come back under it. It's not doing it. So looks like we might be freeing the bonds. And yeah, I think he's done. He's probably done. So that's basically a bond price action. Garbage, very very terrible intraday. However, great on the long term. Great for shaping up the long term price action ideas that we had. So now let's look over at Dixie. Why did I want to show you Dixie? So take a look at this. We ran through this low liquidity objective, right? Then what do you see happen? We're basically distributing our smart money is basically doing kind of a distribution pattern here, right on top of this. I think this is a daily low, right? You guys remember? Yep, that's a daily low. So right on top of this daily low, we're seeing a type of a distribution pattern. So very, very cool. That kind of indicates the idea that this is a liquidity objective, and that is not as much of a checkpoint type of a thing as I was starting to think, seeing all this capitalization happen up here. So might as well show you crypto. Okay, so Bitcoin. Bitcoin did something you could view as kind of neat. I'm now on bullish. I am on bullish alert for Bitcoin. So that doesn't mean that we're taking any longs. That does not mean that anything should be expected to play out bullishly. However, in my mind now, we've broken this high. This one right here that we had our eyes on. So now I'm on bullish alert, right? If we look at Ethereum, we can see that nothing happened. If we look at Solana, we can see that nothing happened. Well, we did break this price structure here, but that's not such a that's not that big of a deal. That's kind of there. But yeah, so for Bitcoin, I'm on bullish alert. The price structure and the other ones aren't really impressing me that much, so not too happy about that. As for our commodities, which ones did we pick out? We picked out cocoa, right? Are you that surprised about what happened in cocoa? Straight up, just like we called it. So I basically called this straight up. We did a little holding pattern. Don't know what that was about, but then we shot off just like we're supposed to. If we look on the daily. Yeah, so if we look on the daily, we're not really capitalizing a whole lot of levels. We're just kind of shooting off. And that's the expectation that I have for Coco. And it's playing out, so. And really, there's not a whole lot to talk about that. So I've talked about this actually a lot in the past, and nobody's seen it, nobody's heard about it, nobody's cared about it. However, maybe this time will be different, right? So when you're expecting like some like turbo, extreme, extraordinarily bullish market, where basically it's just going one-sided over and over and over again. No, not over and over and over again. It's just going one-sided, one-sided, one-sided forever. This is what you want to see. No, it's not the. You don't want to see this. In fact, this is a very, very bad sign. But this is what you're going to see. Basically, it just kind of leaves everything in the dust, and it's just gone. There's no opportunities to get in. There's no opportunities for anything on any longer term charts. But for these short term charts, like the 4 hour is like the shortest term high time frame chart. You still see that you can get some price action that could be considered for ICT type entries. So like institutional order flow entry drills, right there. There's an order block right here. Boom. And but yeah, these charts technically these charts become very very boring. Obviously, it's very very exciting to be in them because it just goes up and up and up, and your number goes up and up and up, and there's no stopping it, and it's just crazy. But Yeah, really, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Basically, any PD that happens on the daily or higher, forget about it. It's not coming back to it. So, yeah, there's that and that cocoa. So that's our softs. And as far as our oil goes, we should be having the same story. And it's shuddering. It's shuddering. It's having a problem. Crude oil is really having a tough time doing anything right now. So people think that this is a captured market. I really don't believe that. I believe that this is extremely bullish. However, the manipulation on this is nuts. This is not a real price. So I don't know why agriculture is willing to move higher prices while something even more important like oil is not willing to do anything. But well, we're getting our bull market. It's coming up. It's going up. Right? What am I complaining about? We're going up in oil. So let's take a look at the position. UCO. Okay. As you can see, position is going up at the same. So I guess there we have it. So there's that one single objective in the S&P, and as far as Dixie and everything else goes, they basically beat around. They did variations of beating around, which we'll get very familiar with. I'll release like codified um, explanations of what's going on there, and then we'll kind of ease those into the market reviews. So that way I can point those out to you, and you could also have like a codified thing, and yeah, so that way it's going to be really much more streamlined than a lot of the things we're used to. So oh, one more thing. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? So that means we have to look at this. So if we're looking at the euro, it's going to be 5 a.m. news. There's OPEC things. This might do some crazy, weirdo, odd things. However, your eyes should be on this split session right here. So 8:30, boom, got some red folder. So obviously, what these can do is they can pop off at 8:30, or they can wait to the ETH, or they can wait to the RTH open at 9:30 to pop off and really do their effect. So that's kind of something to be aware of. Basically, if you're doing equities, stay clear until 9:30. No, no. Stay clear until 9:45. So why? Oh wait. Oh, I just noticed 10 a.m. as well. Darn it. Okay, so you're gonna have to stay clear until 10 p.m. or 10 p.m. 10 a.m. New York time. So why? Why is this important to do? And it's just because you have a double split session. So you have this split session here between 8:30 and 9:45, and you also have a split session between 9:45 and 10. So that's going to be some really interesting price action. That's going to give us some really interesting things in the market. So don't touch those. Don't be interested in those. Um, if you see the shiny between 8:30 and 10, it's it's the one ring. Don't touch that. It's just gonna throw you into a pit of lava and dissolve you or whatever. So don't do that. Wait until after 10. After 10, it's gonna be game on. I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be looking, and we're gonna play after 10. So anyway, thank you for your time. I'll get into the power of three idea over the little codified lesson that I have going on. And as for right now, good night.